Hello there everybody and welcome back to episode 3 of my early access gameplay for Soulash 2, where we're trying to destroy the world with our little Pyromancer elf. Last time we were going through a couple of random locations when we ended up with a old graveyard of sorts. I don't know what is still up here. We destroyed a couple of ghouls and we're capable of getting ourselves some nice materials that are worth some penny and make up for some good crafting gear. So let's see what we can find here besides the ghouls. So this is the map's end. Okay. A statue. So yesterday I read that this game is supposed to happen after the story of Soulash 1. So that means all the gods must have been murdered, and what happened after that? I never finished Soulash 1, to be fair. Did I really kill all the ghouls in the last episode? Amazing. Well, so that left me up with the question, what happened there? I don't know. Maybe you know. Alright. So, just like I feared, these guys are in there and they're coming out. Nice. That's actually really good for me, as I am much weaker in close quarters. So we're going to do the same-o. I'm going to lure them a little bit in a diagonal path so I can apply shield bash better. Otherwise I'd be just shield bashing them towards each other, and that wouldn't do me any favor. Now, well, that surely does hit both of them somehow. I love Fireball. It just feels like primal carnage. Alright, gotta be careful with my stamina. These guys hit like a truck. So I'll be shield slamming that guy away. Rest up. And do another one of my AoEs. Yeah, well, I really do notice that the enemies are not allowed to be much stronger than that, otherwise I'll be in deep trouble. These guys are already practically as much as I can tackle with my current build. There we go. So let's keep the ignition up on that guy. Whoopsie. No? Yes. Alright. Jeez. Those ghouls are quite nasty. But on the other hand, they are also really good training for my pyromancy skill. Thank you for just the absolute best timing ever. And also watch me backtracking like a genius back to the location where I actually want to be afterwards. I drew a perfect circle with these guys. Take that on death. Alright. Oof. These scary buggers. Seriously, they take forever to kill. But as long as they come only in packs of 2, I am very confident taking them down. I personally see it like that. Strong enemies like these make me stronger as well. Alright, so let's rest up until we're healed. And let's see. I really want to know, what did I learn here? So, newest point of pyromancy taught me firepower, magic power for weapon damage. I don't see this as something that I can put into my gear. So, alright, more endurance. I want it to be not that easy to be killed. So, Zabil, die man, nobody will miss you. Brina, we're glad you have you dead. Okay. He slipped and fell, nobody murdered him for sure. Yeah. So, our reward, a lizard man scale, okay, a pixie wing, and a crude wooden flail. Well, there's a marble statue here. And I kind of wonder if this really was all in here. Well, surely a really, really nice challenge. Okay, let's move over to the next unknown locations. Okay, they seem to be all troublesome by now. Not that I would mind too much. I'm all in for a challenge. Alright, so let's refill our stomach and see what kind of challenge awaits me now. I mean, I do train my Pyromancer quite nicely up. I just have the feeling as if I really should consider crafting me a quarterstaff. I mean, I do have wood, a magic ingredient. Well, let's say at the moment I find some fire magic ingredient. We're gonna do this. Temple of the One. Susanna. Uh-oh. Cultists. Theoretically, they might be magic users. So I am really, really careful. She does take a ton of damage, though. 14 damage from every one of my immolations. It's quite a lot, man. Smack. Acid spit. So, why did she hold that skill back for so long? I don't know. In all honesty, I'm happy she did. Because I am very close to death here. Alright. Wow. What a freaking unlucky roll at the end. That sucks. Oh, come on. 12 damage versus 1 damage? Okay, well, have to accept that, but honestly, that didn't feel fair at all. Like, seriously not. That sucked. Like... Okay. So it seems to me that the damage on my spells is very, very wildly varying. Like... Jeez, what was the difference between that? I mean, sure, it is what it is, and I'm playing roguelike here, so I better play myself. But, seriously, this guy had 2 HP left. Who would think about that? Who would expect that? Nobody would. That's who. Ah, well. Back to starting point, huh? So, what did I learn out of that? Not too much, honestly, except for ranged enemies suck hard, as they are 10 bajillion times harder than anything else. And maybe the other thing I learned was I should gear up myself better before I head into troublesome locations, obviously, because that was mostly a loss of not being armored up enough. That was pretty much it. Although, I must say, I'm a tad bit pissed here, mostly because it's such a extremely unforeseeable difference between dealing 12 to 14 damage with the one spell, and the more sophisticated, more powerful spell dealing then just 1 damage. It's bad, man. Nobody would expect that. Anyways. So, let's see. Well, well. So, we can gather up some food here. That's what I definitely learned. Oh, firewood is lying around here. So, think the only thing that really helps you against this kind of being nuked is just being armored up like crazy. Still stomaching this kind of BS loss. Fishman village. Alright. Oh. These spells on modded. There we go. So, I think I'm going to purposefully let them come closer to me so I can train my shield bash better. I mean, technically, I could even try start meleeing them, so I'll learn more melee. Fish meat, fish scale, hollow bone knife. Yeah, well, we're going to pick up all these. So, basically, what I also learned out of that is that whenever somebody is ranged and I start losing my HP in some sort, or there's just a huge closeness to my HP, like, you know, this girl had like almost as many HP like me, I'll take that as a red flag and just piss off. Just take it later. I think that's the best bet that I can pick up there. So, obviously, I don't get it. The more I look at it, the more I get a little bit pissed about what happened there, because it just feels damn unfair. It just doesn't make sense in any way. I need to get over this. Sometimes I just have a hard time getting past such events where I feel like this shouldn't have happened. Well, whatever. So, we're just going to rebuild better and stronger. Oh. What's that? Animated Scarecrow. Okay. Interesting stuff. So, gotta say, the locations of that game are really cool and interesting so far. And there's quite a lot of variance in there. So, we're going to start fighting here. Is that spear one-handed? Right. I don't want to learn thievery, because that's what you learn when you go for those short blades. So, let's get into some martial prowess as well. Why not? If I want to destroy the world, I should be versed in many ways. Okay. So, burp bones. Intelligence. Alright. That was bad. Ah! Alright. I just salvaged my tool knife accidentally. Not my day today, somehow. A copper light axe. Yeah, sure. We're going to go with that. Much better than a pole arm in my book. So, I do think, though, that this thing here should do the trick still. Oh, look, we can sleep at the fishman's place. Nice. Alright, I do like the locations of this game a lot. Oh, burnt out campfire. I think we're going to take over that place. Alright. Nope. So, it's 2 people now. I'm afraid. What is this weird effect? Alright, I don't like how fear feels so far. I feel oddly just tacked down and... What is... Okay, that just doesn't feel right. Why is an animated Scarecrow not susceptible to fire? Hello? And why is that thing so strong? Alright, we gotta run. We can't do anything here. That's why I have Shield Bash, by the way. And I am not okay with the power of that one. Like, if that is supposed to be a beginner location, this enemy is not beatable as a beginner. Let's see. Yeah, 12 damage. No chance. I'm not okay with that. This is literally the first area where I just can't do against the enemy. So, we just leave and leave it like that. You know, I'm just a little bit like, what the hell, because it is a Scarecrow, and I'm firing at it with fireballs. Not convinced here. Simply not convinced here, but it's early access, so I don't ponder over it too hard. If I do notice that the difference spikes like that in the future, more and more I'll be returning back to the other game mode, because that's another one that I just didn't expect. Like, who would expect a Scarecrow to be nigh fire immune? I expected exactly the opposite. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be easy, I'm gonna torch that thing. Yeah, well. Fear the hay. Alright. So... But I think these burp people will be a quite nice victim to me. Alright. They seem to be quite pacifistic, don't they? Ah, here's my reward chest. Spike Hop Spike. Alright. Spiked Club Wisp Dust. Certainly won't be using that. Okay. So... I thought there'd be people to murder at here. Turns out all the elf folk are running away from me. Smart. Ah! No, that's a deer. So, here we have an owl man. Okay, totally wrecked him. Yeah, luckily that knife I got still works. It's worse than the one that I started with. And I feel a little bit embarrassed about having destroyed my initial starter tool, but yeah. Things happen. Let's not ponder too hard. Okay. So, what I do struggle with at times is to see where my character is heading towards right now. Like, I did do a lot of missteps a moment ago because I didn't see that where it was heading. Oh well. Whatever. Just leaving a few things here that I do notice. Alright, we're running out of drinkables here. Okay. Well, I'll be following up with the intelligence here, because it's just good to be smart. Salvaging gear to make one day better gear. Okay. So we got several places right now that I could just take over. Well, someday soon after we're done with the crazy Scarecrows. I repeat, I'm not okay with them being so fire resistant. At least give us a text cue, you know? Something that gives us a hint that, I don't know, they are heavily singed or something that just gives you any sort of idea that these guys can't be burned like that. Okay, so here... It seems to me as if I am missing a tree or two. Strange. Alright, that seems to me as if the random generation here just went a little bit wrong. Can't happen. So, but I do love how interactable the world already feels. Like you're roaming around, you're picking up mushrooms from the ground, and you're picking firewood that you find somewhere. That really feels very, very survival-like, and I enjoy that a ton. But those sudden spikes of difficulty are something that I would say, if you aren't as hard into roguelikes as I am, you probably should go for the softcore mode yet, because it seems like there needs to be some balancing done. It's totally okay. I mean, I gotta say at the same time, I take my games any time of the day a little bit too hard over them being just so darned easy that you don't even need to interact with the world. You don't even need to make up strategies or anything. That's far worse than a game that just spits into your face and being like, yeah, you deal 1 damage, I deal 12 damage, deal with it, bro. That's much more exciting than the other way around, so. But fireproof scarecrows, they're not fun. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I do like the character of these randomly generated locations a lot, though. The only thing I want now are randomly generated dungeons or something like that. Rabbit hole. Now, that doesn't sound dangerous at all. Glowing crystals, carrots. So I think we are here in a much more peaceful world than the last time. All we can do is ignite rabbits. I don't care. I mean, it's surely pretty profitable. I miss my fireball. We surely can sell the stuff there in the local neighborhood. The food will get us somewhere. I can't be as reckless again as the last time. That's one thing I learned out of that. So, hollow bone sword, bamboo wood. Alright. That's pretty good wood, actually. So, we're just going to leave here. I don't see this place as something we need to clear out. I don't see me gaining much experience out of that. I would need mining gear to truly get something out of this place. But the bright side is, all that rabbit fur, I'm pretty sure we can craft ourselves no containers out of that, because it ain't leather, it's fur. Alright. That's how it is. Alright. And somehow I feel like the lanes encounters are much less dangerous than the other biomes so far. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Ah, there is a small blue pointer on my character where I'm heading at. I would enjoy this being a little bit more clear. Now I notice that there's a small blue pip. While I was fighting the old people, I didn't even notice. Alright, so let's check. Meat is always equally heavy, so food is going to be always a burden at some point. Mountain cave. Say, whoa, troglodyte. I expected wolves. Alright. I'm trying to hone my combat skills a little bit more this run. Because I see it as a real mistake to not have several different skills in a game like that. Especially since you have this learning by doing approach of the game, which clearly giving me the feeling that I will only benefit from learning how to use certain weapons. Jeez, that's a lot of dudes. But it turned night. Well, let's see. I picked up one troglodyte's ear. Yuck. Alright. These are trophies, so we keep them. I gained 1 point of woodsmithing. Nice. Alright. Let's sleep a bit. Well, game gives me, though, the good old roguelike feeling. I fail, get back on my feet, I try again. I like that. This is a real cool feeling. Even though I didn't agree with the way of dying, well, that's okay. Lesson learned. There we go. I don't need to see you to burn you. Okay. So, 2 dudes at once without armor, though, are a little bit too scary for me, as I saw a moment ago how quickly we can die. So, yay! I finally am glowy! Alright. Gotta say, Pyromancy is a lot of fun. Can't wait to see other things. Alright. That troglodyte's cave is just my cup of tea. These guys are weak. They give me a good training. Oh, and there's water. Sweet. Okay. So I guess this is my cave now. Lucky fur armor. Alright. Crafted with 3 rabbit fur. Uhorn's horn. I don't know what a U-horn is, I just know that I finally have my first suit of armor. Nice. So even if it did slap me in the face, I still love this game. Probably because it did slap me in the face, I can't tell. But, seriously, man. We need to take revenge on these scarecrows. I feel personally attacked by these. Okay. But one other thing I do notice, I'm really starting to get into the flow of one more location. You know, just one more location. But I'll leave it today for this. I hope you don't mind me just staying in the same series after dying here. This might happen more often than once. At some point I'll lay down the series. But for starters, now I'm totally vibing for just continuing my journey here, murdering fish people and growing powerful enough to show these damn scarecrows who's boss. So, we'll be continuing our adventures in the next episode. I thank you sincerely for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I really am looking forward to our next session here. And hopefully I'll be staying alive that time. Can't promise though. Game's hard. I like hard games, as you all know. And this is going to keep us entertained. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. A thumbs up would be wildly appreciated. And of course, check out the description box. There is a playlist link to the entirety of the series. And there is also Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee waiting for you. And a big thanks to everybody of you that already checked out these ways and means to support the channel. I deeply appreciate, and I hope you'll have a look-see there. And if not, take my thanks for hanging out here. Watching this video means a terrible lot to me, because these videos would really suck if nobody would watch them. Therefore, thanks for hanging out here, and I hope you had a good time. See you all next time. Bye-bye.